that many profitable businesses still collapse? Not because of low sales, not because of small profit, but because they do not have enough working capital. Today, I'm going to show you in the simplest way what working capital really means, how to calculate it, and what it tells you about the health of your business. No accounting grammar, just plain practical explanation for everyday business owner like you. This is Accounting Simplified, where we give and guide business owners and give them tips to grow their business. If this sounds like what you would like to learn, grab yourself a cup of water or coffee, depending on the country where you are, and relax, because I'll be taking us through this very interesting topic today. And I advise that every business owner should know about this, because sometimes people just focus on, am I making profit, as a means of determining if their business is doing well. Meanwhile, that is not just the only means you can know if your business is doing well. Your business might be making profit but yet still collapse. This is the video you need to watch to guide you in growing your business. This is Accounting Simplified. Now let's jump right into the video for today. Now today's topic is what? Working capital. Just like the term says, working capital, it simply means the money that your business needs to survive on a daily basis. Just the way you have fuel for your car, that's the same thing with this working capital. We all know that capital simply means the money you use to start your business, but there's money you need to ensure that your business is working. That is what working capital is. Definitely, profit is your destination in business, but working capital is what keeps the business moving. Now, a very simple formula I would give us is current assets less current liabilities. But because we don't want to bore you with jargons, this is Accounting Simplified. I'll be breaking down what current asset means in a very simple manner to you and what current liability means. But just bear it at the back of your mind that working capital is your current asset less your current liability. Now, if your current assets, or rather, if after doing this subtraction, you have a positive figure, it means that your working capital is good, and that means your business is on the right track. It has the right fuel to throw, the right fuel to move the business to its permanent side. But if at the end of the day you have a negative figure, it means you need to watch out so that you don't allow your business crash. Because imagine driving a car without fuel. What would that mean? Alright. Now, current assets simply means things like cash. That's what current asset means. Any resource that you have that you can turn into cash easily is your current asset. Like your stock. The stock you purchase, you're going to sell them. And when you sell them, what do you get? You get cash. So that's the current asset. So simply put, anything you can convert into cash in your business quickly is your current asset. So things like the cash, like the inventory you have, your cash, and customer that owe you, your debtors, that is what makes up your current asset. Are we together? Because debtors, when they pay you cash, definitely you're going to have cash. When you sell your inventory, you're going to have cash, and then cash itself. Are we together? So what are current liabilities? It simply means bills you need to pay very soon. Very, very soon, within the next 12 months. Those are current liabilities. So if you owe your supplier money, it's a current liability. If you owe the bank money, it's a current liability. If you owe salaries if you owe your staff their salary, it's a current liability. Any bill you owe and you are obliged, you have agreed, you are bound to pay it very soon, is a current liability. When I say soon, I mean within the next 12 months, or even earlier. But 12 months is what we mean as current. So now we know what current liability is and what current asset is. So it means we can now calculate our working capital. Yes, darling, that's my co-host. So now, in your business, you would look at your accounts, at your records, and that is why I always say you cannot do without record keeping. For you to know whether your business is doing well, you must keep record of everything you do. So, if you have been keeping record, by mere looking at your bank statement of everything you do, you will now get the record of your cash. How much cash do you have in your business? Are we together? That is one thing you're going to get. You will now get, okay, what is the value of the inventory I have, the stock, the things I've purchased that I intend to sell? What is the value in terms of naira? Are we together? And then the customers that owe you, how much is it? You add all these together to know your total current assets. So let's give an instance. If, for instance, the cash you have with you in your bank is 200,000 naira, and then the value of your inventory, the value of the stock you have, the value of the goods you have in your shop you want to sell is 300,000 naira. And if you have sold goods to customers and they are owing you, and that amount is 100,000 naira, I would add all of these two together. So I will do 200,000 plus 300,000 plus 100,000. That would give me what? 600,000. This is my current asset. Now I will get my liabilities, those that I'm owing money. So let's assume I'm owing my supplier 250,000 naira. I'm owing my staff 50,000 naira. I'm owing NEPA bill. Are we together? 50,000 naira. That is how much? 350,000 naira in all. So we will subtract my assets minus my liabilities. So that will be 600,000 minus 350,000, and that will give me what? 250,000. Now, what does this mean? What does this 250,000 naira mean? This means that after I have paid all my debts to my staff, NEPA bill, and my supplier, I have 250,000 naira. Now, with this amount of money, I can comfortably operate my business. You know that if, for instance, I didn't have this money, or if, for instance, the assets I have were less than my liabilities, it means I'm owing. And once you're owing and you're unable to pay those debts, your business is heading down south. So when you owe, it's very important that you take into cognizance that this money you're owing can affect your business negatively. Most times people just go to the bank and they borrow money without knowing the negative effect that borrowing can do to your business. I'm not saying that borrowing is bad. When you borrow money, ensure that your business is able to cover and recover that money you have borrowed, so that you're making profit. Because if you're owing a large amount of money and your assets cannot cover the money you have borrowed or the debts you're owing, your business is not going to grow. There will always be stress. You as a person, first of all, you'll always be panicking, or you'll be dodging the person that you're owing money. Are we together? So that is why it's not good to rely so much on borrowing. When you borrow money from anybody, as soon as possible, pay it off. By the time you've paid off this money, whatever is left, you know, okay, this is the actual money. Sorry about the noise in the background. That's my co-host. This is the actual money that I now have. Mommy, bia. Sorry, darling. Hey, God. Who they vex you? According simplified, this is my daughter. As a co-host, she's allowed to cry. Mama, people are missing you. They are hearing your voice. Do you know people are hearing your voice? You're giving them your own soundtrack. Are we together? Sorry for that distraction. Sometimes you can't do without it. So like I was saying, you don't have to rely so much on borrowing. It's very important that your business is always liquid. When I say liquid, I mean it always has cash. Are we together? When it has cash, it's a sign that the business is growing without stress. So business owner, from time to time, always calculate your working capital. always take into account how much assets do I have, how much things do I have that I can convert into cash now, and who are those that I'm owing. Subtract it and see whether you're having a positive figure or a negative figure. If it's giving you a negative figure, it means it's a warning. It means you try as much as possible to pay those debts very fast so that your business can breathe. Imagine you driving a car that doesn't have fuel. That car, okay, let me hold it there. But you get the picture of what I'm trying to say. So working capital is very, very important. It tells you the strength of your business, and I recommend that you as a business owner should always do it. The fact you're making profit doesn't mean that you're not owing somebody money. So working capital will make you know, okay, is my business really doing well? There are various means you can measure your business if it's doing well. It's not just by profit. We know that profit is the final destination, yes, but real profit. Imagine if you're owing 10 million naira and you have a profit of 5 million naira. Is that real profit? No. Yes, you have a profit of 5 million naira, but you're owing 10 million naira. When the person comes for his 10 million naira, how much? What will you now have in your business? Do you understand? So it's very important. This is very important. Every business owner should know this and apply it in their business. As you can see, it's very easy. It's not difficult. So it's not just about having cash or about having profit. It's about knowing, is my business thriving? Is it doing well? Do you understand? And that is why record keeping is very important, because if you don't have record, you cannot do this calculation. You cannot say my business is doing well, really. I want to thank you so very much for staying to the end of this video. If you did, Accounting Simplified loves you. See you in my next video. Don't forget to do all the good stuff and help your baby girl grow her business by liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. And if you've not watched other videos, what are you waiting for? Go and watch it so that you'll be empowered and know how to grow your business, know how to keep record of your business in a very easy manner. Thank you so much for staying to the end. Bye. And God bless you very much. Bless you very plenty. Have yourself a lovely weekend. No, no, notorious me, I. BJ, no, 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 notorious.